Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel Kids Corner. As we always do, we educate and inform you. So let me set the ball rolling. With the emergence of the new strain of the SARS-CoV-2 virus and the upsurge of cases, you may be considering, do I actually take the vaccine or get vaccinated? The president spoke about procuring some vaccines in the course of time. So I'm sure you are wondering, do I get vaccinated or not? And yes, this video seeks to help you make that decision. Okay, so the WHO and the CDC have documented vaccines at different levels of clinical trials. Gracefully, some of them have been approved. The likes of AstraZeneca, Moderna, Pfizer. Okay, these companies have had vaccines approved, and so they are available. The utmost decision of getting vaccinated lies with you. Okay, you can go for vaccination or you can get a natural remedy. It's however important that you know how these vaccines actually work, okay, so that at least you make an informed decision. Now, we all know that from time immemorial, vaccines have been helpful in eradicating some childhood killer diseases. You can talk about the measles, poliomyelitis, tetanus, viruses like yellow fever vaccine, influenza vaccine. And we see parents super excited to take their kids to vaccination centers to get vaccines for them or get them vaccinated. Vaccines for yellow fever, for measles virus are live attenuated vaccines. So it's important that we know the difference. So we have live attenuated vaccines, and we have yellow fever and measles virus being live attenuated vaccines. That means that the vaccine actually produces a response that look like the disease. Okay, so the symptoms that you may feel after being vaccinated can be akin to what you feel when you actually have the disease, and that is very can be bad. Okay, that bad. But even with that, we haven't reported, so we don't have reports of several reports of these. Okay, with the C-19 vaccine, what it does is it actually teaches or trains the body to produce antibodies and then memory cells, so that these cells, whenever you come into contact with the COVID-19 virus, actually remembers the initial response it had with the vaccine, okay, and then produces a higher immune response and antibodies to actually fight the vaccine. So typically it takes a few weeks for some of these antibodies, the T and B cells, to be actually produced, and so for you to build up immunity, it may take a while after getting vaccinated. And so that means that you will still have to adhere to the safety protocol. You would have to wear your face mask and then observe the hand hygiene protocols. I'm sure you are wondering if these vaccines actually provide lifelong immunity. Studies are still underway, not conclusive yet, and so we all have to wait as our scientists actually research on some of these things. And so you don't have to lose guard. You have to ensure that you are still using your face mask, okay, though you may have some protection. As expected, evidence has shown that some people experience pain at the site of vaccination or the site of injection. A minute percentage have also shown symptoms such as fever, headache, malaise, general body weakness, general body pain, which are all as a result of the immune response or the inflammatory response from the injection of a foreign body into the system. Okay, this however should disappear in a matter of less than a few days. Okay, less than a week, you should be fine, and these symptoms should not measure up to the symptoms you experience when you have the COVID-19 virus infection. Okay, it's a milder form of the infection. So actually, you can't say that it's the same experience. Some vaccines require that you take 2 shots. So after the first, you may have to take another after about 3 to 4 weeks. Some vaccines also require just 1 shot and you are done. If you have concerns about safety, I must let you know that these vaccines actually go through clinical trials. So that means that before it's approved, it's tested in the lab, tested in a living organism, which is not a live rat or another organism, okay, before it's actually tested on human beings. It's usually restricted to a fewer population. Then in the course of time, or in the course of the trial, we open up to the general population. And actually, before it's recommended for the general population to use, it goes through an approval stage by the WHO. So all the due diligence in ensuring that it's effective and it's safe is done. However, I must say that these things are not conclusive, because as more and more people begin to use the vaccine, or begin to get exposed to the vaccine, as more people become exposed to the vaccine, you can document other unanticipated symptoms. Okay, and so trials are research is still ongoing, studies are still ongoing, looking out for the safety of these vaccines. And I must say that every country has its own regulatory bodies, and it's expedient that once these vaccines are procured, the FDA does its due diligence in ensuring that it's actually safe for Ghanaians. There are other studies ongoing on some natural remedies, okay, as we've heard of by the School of Public Health, KNUST. Okay, there are other studies also ongoing, clinical trials ongoing on some natural remedies. The difference is that with vaccine you're talking about immunity, but with the natural remedy you're talking about cure. And so it's more or less like medication for some sort of disease, something like malaria. So if you get infected with malaria, you need the malaria treatment. Once you get the treatment, you get better, but after you can be reinfected and you would have to take the treatment again. With the vaccine, once you get vaccinated, you are protected for some time. You may have to do some booster doses, or you may not have to. It's all dependent on what the studies show and what research proves. So as I have said previously, the decision lies with you. The utmost decision lies with you. And so just get informed about what vaccines are. If you have any issues, you have any concerns on the safety or anything about vaccines, you can actually let us know, so that we can actually find the information for you, get you informed, so that you can make the right decision for yourself and for the family and for everyone. Thank you.